It'll do.
A little cram school here. All right, so Cole, how many overtimes? Off the bat.
That's a good question. I said yesterday before the Matey game we'd get 8 overtimes. I just had a gut feeling.
Sure.
There's just something in the day that happened where I was just like, there's no way this is going to happen. And right now, I'm thinking a crispy 3 would be perfect. Just 3 overtimes.
Just a little light work.
You know, spread out throughout the maps, maybe even. Like
I can feel our production crew cringing through the headset.
Yeah. It's usually, fair.
Ooh, all right, Henny.
Giving it Someday Young some opening opportunities right there. And Henny will unrelate, but he's got an opening kill. That's a first kill in a round, finally.
There you go.
He's
Henny
already started it off.
We will not have another graphic. We will not be having another Henny 0 opening kills graphic. Nithon might be in trouble here. There's no one rotating. Now they are. Now they're shifting in, and ENCE are going super slow about this. Got to get this bomb planted, but they're expecting some sort of a response to the smoke. That response will not come. There's one flash main to get back into this. There's 2 sets of dualies. So it's going to be a flash, and then Quaddies coming screaming at the temple. Here's that flash. It did not really catch. Goofy was a little blind, I guess, but he still gets 2. So not so effective on the flashbang, not so effective on the dualies. And now out of time. No kit. Flank coming through from Potty as well. And Nithon tagged up. Out to be fragged up, you'd imagine. He's chosen to die to Potty instead of the player on site.
Fair enough. They'll continue to stack things up. What's your favorite character from the Mickey Mouse universe?
My favorite character for the Mickey Mouse universe. You trying to get me to say Goofy?
Mine was always Goofy as a child.
Can you do a Goofy impression? Oh gosh. You ever think about how weird it is that in the Mickey Mouse universe you have 2 dogs? One of them is a sentient, essentially, person, and the other one is a pet to Mickey.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Goofy and Pluto?
Yeah.
Really makes you wonder.
The Extremely Goofy movie's got to be one of my favorite Mickey Mouse movies. I don't even know if there's a lot of those.
What's your hierarchy?
But
Fantasia?
It's right there. You know, it's at the top. And it's not even close. Those movies were good.
I don't know, man. Fantasia slaps. Is that what the movie's called?
I don't even know what that is.
The Wizard House hat? You don't know what Fantasia is?
No. I never watched that one.
You never watch it? It's
you know what? I think I have. That's a familiar graphic there.
It's a banger.
Might have watched it on
It's where he like bewitches the broom comes to life.
Yeah, yeah.
And starts like doing war with him,
and that one was solid. That one was solid, but does it come close to the Extremely Goofy movie?
All classic. I don't know about your Goofy movies. Those were a little post my time, I think.
Okay. All right. I have to watch them back then at some point.
To be fair, Fantasia was a little pre my time. I think he came out in like 1940, so.
Oh, wow.
But it's a classic, and here we go. This is what you wanted. Davideus getting involved early on. Venom Zera as well. First rifle round out. Red Canids showing us some juice, and Potty trying to make an individual move, take the space, knowing that Venom Zera was back in the donut, but no. The Venom in the donut will be potent.
And this map looks like it could have some snakes on it, for sure.
There's no planes.
No planes, though, yeah.
Or Samuel L. Jackson.
It's safe in that department. I don't see any planes, nor sailboats, but we do have Cold Zera, and we got a David opening pick. We got a David first kill. We've already broken the streak here. Red Canids are getting some of those win conditions activated out of the gates.
You really do love it if you're a Red Canids fan. Canids. I really should settle on one way of saying that, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
You know the TV edit of Snakes on the Plane has some of the best censorship dubbed lines of all time. Hold on. Hang on. Glaive.
Ooh.
Slipping it into the keyhole here.
Oh
boy, the second kill. That would be massive, but now Glaive does have an isolated 1v1 on site. He's still got 35 seconds, but Cold Zera, ooh, a late game player indeed, will not be missed, will not be giving up this site, will not be allowing the possibility.
Not gonna happen.
It's an all-time line, which is, if I'm remembering it right, it's someone get these monkey funky snakes off this Monday to Friday plane. I believe is the line. Something like that. I might be paraphrasing here, folks. But yeah, the TV edit of that movie is...
it's not as exciting.
Oh, no, it's better, actually. The creativity forced out of them. Sometimes censorship leads to the best creativity. Davideus trying to find some creativity, to find some angles here to fight with. They're clearing out the site, though. This A-take is good. Molly to slow them down. Finds the smoke, so won't really do much there. Bomb's going to be planted. Full 5-on-5 retake. You don't love this if you're the Foxy Boys, but a kill from Henny will make life a whole lot easier.
That'll do just nicely, getting him on in on this retake, setting it up for a 4v5. But now they still have to take some control back. This temple control in particular going to be difficult when Sumda Young is containing space and those flashes a little delayed. More time being bought. Another kill from Kyler as well. And Nithon trying to escape Temple, trying to make his way through. It's just left it on the body in a 1v3, flying through the smoke to no avail. And with a kit from Cold Zera, they should be good.
Found it.
I think they were trying to communicate to Cold that he was the one to have to defuse, because Nithon and Venom Zera, they don't have kits, so...
He just sprints away from the site. He's like, you guys deal... Oh. No, all good. All good. Comms come through in time. They stay calm in the celly, in the post. And it's all good.
Imagine one of those moments right there, out of the gates, where the wrong person starts to stick the bomb, and at that point, it's too late for the kit to get on top, and then bam, the round is lost.
At that point, you know, comms are one thing, but sometimes you just got to put your teammate down. Get on the bomb yourself.
Yeah, just
sometimes the fastest
take matters into your own hands.
Comes from the barrels of an AK.
It's a good point. That's what I do a lot when I see my teammates on a defuse.
No, you do that a lot, regardless of the context. To be quite frank. ENCE once again have found the light site. It is A. This time, though, they just have techies. They got a single smoke. They've lost their B-lurk, and Red Canids going to start to put this one together. They'll get that one smoke down. They have chosen correctly. Molly to try and stall this.
Oh my god.
Hang on, Glaive. Something of a Tech Niner. Ooh, the player singing elbow, I'm going to charitably say, caught that flashbang. Now SDY's got a kill. Things are getting interesting. The bomb is ticking. Might be getting a bit nervous here. Potty's collected with a P250. He's stuck in the middle. So it's going to have to be SDY to hold them off this with just a Tech 9, but he gets the tags early. Avidays coming in, securing it. And this time, plenty of time for the 10 seconds. Still, bomb plant, 3 kills. Not bad.
That is beyond mission accomplished right there. You will take that any day of the week for Red Canids. Nicely handled. Rather, from the inside of things, right? That's a fantastic round. Starting off in the 4v5, but the early game plans for this defense seem to be leaving this A side weak, putting a lot of attention on towards middle. And I don't hate that game plan. I kind of like it even. Just when you're up against pistols, it's nice to have the space to deny bomb plants, and they never really gave themselves that. But we'll see if that mid play, I mean, again, it feels very clear what Red Canids are going for. They're going to continue to pressure this mid side with a lot of resources, giving it a lot of love, and it's panning out so incredibly well. Another David opening kill, and he turns it for a second. A fantastic start for him, and it's kept them at bay. They know they've taken down Venom Zero, so they feel like there's opportunities to go towards that A side now, but they have that man deficit.
This rifling duo of Davideus and Venom Zera has just completely disrupted what ENCE want to do in the beginning of rounds, right? ENCE are still playing pretty stagnant in terms of what they want to accomplish. You know, it's this mid presence, it's this player in towards window, and then, okay, we try and translate that in towards A, and they just keep getting shut down. They keep getting completely stymied. When you're starting out the round by getting punched in the face, it's hard to gather your thoughts.
All discombobulated out of the gates, and that's a nice shot from Henny. Kylar jumps up to his instant demise. Devastated. Goofy now trying to work his way out middle. We'll see if he's extreme though, as he's gonna back out. Oh, he's not. Extremely dead there. And Cold Zera taking control in a big way, closing out the rounds. He has been the cleanup crew so far.
Do you think he hits the Gorsh every time he gets headshot?
Oh, Gorsh!
Gorsh!
That was one of my favorites.
I gave up the position. It's kind of the one.
There's just something about him, you know?
Does he have other lines other than Gorsh?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, Mickey.
Why do you need more catchphrases than one?
That's true. That's true. Keep the branding strong, folks.
He does that.
He does hit the
He does that. And he does it well.
You know who's been doing it well? It's the Canids. Oh, this time not so much. Here's the changeup pitch. Here's the pressure fast in towards B, and the Tech-9 does find home early. Kylar,
what are you waiting for?
Get himself a little upgrade. Here they go. They're waiting for Henny to get on the line, and that is not a thing they should have waited for.
Thought David was going to try and land that
Double
spam.
smoked it. You don't have a lot of utility to spare, and it's a little bit chaos in the comms. David is going to shut this down. 2 players in. Can't deny the bomb plant, but he can find so much damage. Set up his teammates to just take these last 2 players out of the round.
A little quicker there from ENCE towards that B side. Maybe not quick enough to deal with David on the aggression, but they will have themselves another bomb plant. Maybe that queues up for what potentially could be some more aggression with rifles, with better executes on this B side as a potential landing point for ENCE. They've really worked this mid control time and time again, up and down. But Red Cannon's keeping the energy high.
Poor coach. The afterthought. This month. He's got the hand just hovering. It's like, fine. Great.
They gotta work out that technique like M80.
Gotta have the uppercut side.
That was actually so clean.
It was good.
Consistency.
Oi! Talk about consistency. Henny has been having a great time with some of these peaks. Flashbang in. There you go. Take that B ramp control. You got 1 round through on us. You didn't even get the round. You just got 1 bomb plant through on us. You're not going to get it again. Nice adjustment here. The aggression in towards B main. Nathan maybe overstays his welcome, but he's still giving his team a nice advantage here.
What is that off angle? Venom Zera taking such a wide stance towards that A main side, so when they try and recover some lost ground towards B with a lurk on the other side of the map, it gets shut down. And it is a huge change, right? They give a little bit of mid space there in efforts to push down this B side for Red Canids, and they take initiative up against ENCE. So if that was a potential site that you had set in your targets, Red Canids quickly say that's not an option. You can't take it. I want that space.
I do like that read, right? Because basically what they're saying is, look, they got more success than they should have with the techies in the last round. Betcha they're going to try and do it again with guns this time. So if we pre-adjust, if we pre-prepare, if we get this readout, so you know, and the comms were, guys, it almost worked with pistols. Let's do it with the guns. And Henny will make sure that nothing can get interesting here in the late round. Glaive trying to bail him out. Trying to make something happen. There will be nothing for you, Glaive.
Nothing.
Timeout taken. Reminder, they don't have a coach standing behind them, so this is just presumably Glaive calling it. If it is, in fact, from the ENCE camp, as it should be. As they try and stem the bleeding.
Definitely nice. I mean, we saw how much value those coaches had yesterday. They were calling every timeout.
Yep.
That back and forth, and neither one of those rosters is relenting. But again, you have a lot of voices on this team. You know, so while we do highlight Glaive, I highlighted Some Young maybe trying to get involved on this ancient side of things.
It's just tough when you don't have a coach. Even, you know, obviously we could talk about the impact of different coaches and things like that, but it's so helpful to have a set of eyes that's watching the context, that's not playing in the moment, not thinking about their own crosshair, so that they can just give you the observations.
Isn't in the frustration of missing a kill and that being the reason you lost a round, but actually being able to have a bird's eye view of sorts on what's been going on in the team.
Especially when you talk about a legend like Cuban, who's just seen a lot of Counter-Strike. You know, maybe it wasn't working, maybe ENCE did feel like a change was necessary, but it is tough to now not have somebody there. Molly, well timed, makes this a little awkward, and is going to set up Davideus for 2. He'll sacrifice his life, but it is well worth it because they have stymied this initial push. Might give them a gun, though. They're losing the bodies. Consistent bomb plants, friends.
They're getting those down.
That is nice. But you would like a chance to actually win one. So Potty's going to try and do some magic here. 1v4. He's taking the first. He's looking for more. Body, the young gun off the academy, will not be able to pass the old fox of Mr. Hen 1 himself.
The fox and the hen won.
Fox and the hen. Speaking of old Disney movies, we got a theme today.
Yeah.
What was your favorite Disney movie growing up? Was it the Goofy movie?
No, it wasn't my favorite. That was a good one. I really liked Holes. I was a big fan of Holes.
Disney movie?
I think so.
What?
I watched it on Disney.
I read that book. Then I saw the movie, I think. I read the book before the movie happened. That was Mr. Shia LaBeouf.
Mr. Shia LaBeouf.
The beefy one himself. Why is that? What makes you say that's a Disney movie?
I saw it on Disney when I was a kid.
That doesn't mean it's a Disney movie. Oh, it was made by Walt Disney. Okay. But it was that's okay. All right.
What do we
Disney
complain about? What are we
Disney animated movie.
Okay, Disney animated. Like, wasn't a big fan of Toy Story. I like Lion King actually. That's an easy answer for me. Lion King.
Lion King is a banger. Also a big Lion King fan. I feel like for me it was Lion King or Aladdin.
Aladdin was good.
Or wait, hold on, Mulan. Mulan's a banger.
I had to watch that as an adult. I never watched that as a kid.
Never watched that as a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a heater. That's a good one.
Lion King was one that my older sister was obsessed with, so I just had to watch it as well. You know, we'd play it on replay, and she'd never want to watch anything else.
Great movie. It's basically Hamlet.
Yeah.
Look, if you're gonna plagiarize, pick from the best. Glaive.
We got some relief.
Finally got an opener. Oh, and woo, there we go. Okay, man advantage here for ENCE. All the space taken towards A. This is what they've been trying to do. And this time they were allowed that mid control, and this is the effect. SDY. Well, will not be able to hang on to this in time. ENCE really slow to react to that control. 20 seconds now on. They got to funnel in towards A, but they no longer have that mid presence. They have to cross the off. Lucky that that shot didn't land. But with donut control, they will be able to plant this bomb. We'll get a retake.
Just punched in an opportunity. They're good at planting bombs. Can they close this round out, though, is the big question. A big difference maker. A little activity out of Potty coming through, maybe, but he's just going to stick on the site, play off that contact with his players, and Donut behind him, placing his faith in the coverage. And Henny with a fast flick. You saw that from his POV. That is incredible. Concerned of a flank, though. Cold Zera's got to make his move out of Temple. He does so late, but no kills come through, and Goofy and Kyler able to put that round to rest.
No one gets 8 rounds in a row on ENCE. They'll find a little salvation. You'd imagine money's not going to be a concern here for the Canids. Haven't exactly been paying close attention to it.
They've got a lot of bomb plants, so some of those rounds have been closer, but wow. That's a nice flick from Henny.
Bam!
Looked like there's going to be another retake that was on, but a lot of comfort in the late rounds.
Technical issue coming through. How could we have lost 1 round?
Simply cannot be.
Must be the machine. Does seem like maybe an audio issue going on here. So a little discussion with the ref team. Oh, a keyboard issue. He's pointing at his headphones. They're mixing it up. They're keeping us guessing.
So
Amadeus needs new ears.
I saw some cool piercings from Henny.
Okay.
But I'm always concerned about having pierced ears with headphones on all the time. Like, that can't be super comfortable.
It's got to protect them, though. Can't get a piercing ripped out.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
I remember the gnarliest piercing injury I remember is in high school. I had a buddy. His name was Andrew.
Yeah.
He had an eyebrow piercing.
Oh.
And he got, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was either a rugby ball or a soccer ball. He went, I think it was a soccer ball, and he must have gone to head it, and it pushed.
You can't do that with that brow piercing.
Under his skin. Like, lodged it in his skin.
No.
I'm trying to remember whether he had to
go
get
for
like
a header
surgery or whether he just like popped it out himself.
That's one of those things where you probably could just.
I don't think he kept that piercing. I think that one.
No,
you maybe let that.
I mean,
one
you can either go for headers or you can keep your eyebrow piercing. You can't do both.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to go for headers again, which is fair, it's fun.
I think that's the story. I might be misremembering it. If for some reason you're watching this, Andrew, all those years later, let me know the deets.
Have you ever had any piercings?
No. I
had my ears pierced once, and a couple times actually.
And a couple times?
Yeah.
You just
had to re-pierce it.
Up?
Yeah.
And then you're like, actually, that was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. I'll see a picture
you
sometimes.
Just like being stabbed? Is that what's going on here?
No. I just sometimes I look back at an old picture of my ears pierced, and I'm like, oh, that was pretty cool. I might do it again.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure I can find a nail and a hammer here somewhere if you want to. If we want to sort that out.
Well, what we did was we put a frozen piece of fruit behind your neck.
Okay.
So that
behind your neck.
Yeah, so it doesn't go through as you pierce it with the needle. So so it doesn't hit the back of your neck. Okay,
understood.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Little homemade piercing tip for you. Don't try that at home though.
I probably have a hole punch somewhere here.
Yeah, that would. I mean, if you're looking for gauges, that might be a good move.
Gauges.
I think gauges would be even more concerning with a headset.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you just have the gauges. Like, if you get the big
you
enough,
can't even fully wrap your
dangling at the bottom of the headset. That might be a competitive integrity concern.
Yeah.
You put a listening device in the gauges so that you can hear the crowd.
The crowd advantage is even bigger.
Hear the casters. If you had like the right size of gauges, because you get like a resonance thing going with it.
That's huge. We might be bringing in new tech.
We're scheming.
This requires some sacrifice.
It's like the Semphis butt plug tech. You gotta stay creative here in the Counter-Strike space.
Anything to get that upper edge.
Now look at this. I mean, last time ENCE got players through into a Red Room, got them around. They've done it again, this time with 2. They will lose the goofy lurk on the other side. It's only serious lurks now left available.
Coldzera just runs down ramp and gets that kill as well, so it wasn't a lot of effort in getting that one back, but not a lot of effort in the recovery either. Potty, just a quick kill as Venomzera will walk into his crosshair, and there's a lot of concern now for this A-side split. Coldzera's got to make another move through the smoke. Potty covering. He's got an idea that this is a possibility. Is Coldzera going to give him what he wants? Is the timing going to be perfect? It's all on a knife's edge here. Cold thinking about it. He's going to wait just a couple extra seconds for that lurk to arrive, but it's Haney on the site, finding so much impact. David, he didn't get the call. He didn't get the communication. Potty comes through, but there's no time. That's the reason. There was no concern. Red Canids just keep Nithon alive, tucked in towards Donut, and it is a sweet treat for Red Canids.
Now, we were locked in, obviously, on the standoff between Potty and Coldzera because it felt like that would be the round. But if you're watching on Face It Watch, you can go back and check what Henny was doing. Here's what he was doing. Oh! Making some magic happen. Making some magic happen. Well worth the check there. Perks of Face It Watch. Do the observing yourself. Or go back and check the demo after the game. It usually takes about 20 minutes for it to be available. SDUI, nice opener. This is what they need. They need something here. And okay, best way to do that is just shoot people through the smoke. If you can't see them, they can't see you. They can't shoot back.
What about above the smoke?
Hold on. Hold on. Double push up. Coldzera, eyes on. Oh, audio cue. Audio cue. Alert. Alert. Coldzera getting chased down. Not happening here. Nithon, rather, doing the chasing. And he's found 2. And once again, all of the B control is gone. But there's a bomb plant. A retake simulator. That's what this half of Counter-Strike has been. And that is what it will end with. There's not a lot of util. They've got 2 flashes, Cole. And why they're still convinced that there's a lurk?
No, I think they're trying to toss any of the up.
Okay, here we go. A little assembly into the action. Flashbangs to get them through this choke point. It's Kylot just kind of holding them at bay.
I have a couple of those.
Blind. But those are the only 2. Get on Nithon.
Oh, they got to run through the molly, but there is a kit.
Get on Nithon. Oh! And Nithon has enough time. 9th round on the board. The Canids take it as they do so often with an A retake. Kraken versus the Fox. Who do you think would win? Well, the answer might surprise you. In the jungles of Ancient so far, the Fox has been outfoxing that slimy octopus.
They got some smarts, those Foxes, don't they? They're pretty smart.
Yeah. Maybe ENCE need to pick into like an ocean map. I don't know what that would be. I guess maybe
Anubis?
Anubis, yeah.
Close.
You got to see.
That's our decider.
There could be a Kraken. They could be lobbing some boats out of that water.
Yeah. Throwing them at the opposition.
Vertigo, though, you're not likely to get a Kraken on top of a building, so that might spell disaster. Let's see if ENCE can find a little bit more footing on their defense. They've chewed up this control towards B main, so they know where the bomb's coming. But can they stop it? That is the second question. Nice tag for Kylar. Through the box, it is a dink, but it's not a kill because of the aforementioned box. Ooh. And now he'll catch one as a parting gift. Bomb down, a full 10 alive retake.
A retake simulators continuing into the second half.
It is. We have a double flank going through A main, though. And Nighthon, he may not be ready for this. The Nighthon Python, though, will strike first. He's got these Pythons, and he's got the time to turn. That was just the distraction. That was just the first hurdle to overcome. It's really about these donut players, and there is no smoke for them, and there is no kid either. So good luck. You got to shoot your way out. And the shooting so far is looking pretty good for the Canids. Time is as well as DY can't zero that in. It's not happening. Double digits on for the Red Canids. And they could be seeing this map close quick.
I mean, asserting their dominance in the pistols, not only do they retake A so well, but in the post plant, they can also hold on to the A side. Just full control from Red Canids in the later rounds. And a lot to be happy about there. As we saw in those little the little break, smiles were out for sure. You've got a complete reversal for Henny playing an incredible map. A lot of opening kills for him. David doing good work. I mean, it's a full team effort to get to this point.
But it's what you want to see, right? It's how this team is built to look. It's how you want them to work out. Venom's there. It gets 2. All right, acceptable.
A little rocky out of the gates, but it'll do.
Third was definitely available.
It was, but yeah, it's a good sign, right? You see Cold coming through in these like late rounds in the retakes on A lot of them having so much impact, and it is nice to see when things work out well that there is some vision. I just think their game plan got shut down so early in that last matchup that they couldn't really ever arrive.
I mean, yeah, full credit on to Virtus Pro as well, right? Like, that is not an easy team to play for anybody, ever. No one is circling the VP matchup and going, all right, guaranteed win, give me here, easy as. They're a very dangerous team, even if they're not at their absolute fiercest form right this moment. They're a tough squad to play against.
Especially for a roster that doesn't have that experience playing a roster like VP, like this full iteration of this team, still getting kind of their bearings. And, you know, maybe once you level it down a little bit into an ENCE, it becomes a little more straightforward. You can win some of these duels. You can challenge some of the riflers.
That it might express exactly how the Canids are feeling right now. Smiling, laughing, clapping.
Joyful. Full of glee. Gleeful. Happy even.
Happy, perhaps, one might say. If one, hey, look, you don't want to read too much into the psychology of the players. They might be happy right now.
They're looking like it. If I know happy, it's usually when they're smiling.
I know happy. He's usually coaching Valorant these days. Ooh.
What are we doing a triple boost? Is that what we're going for here? Oh, no. Okay.
Just a single boost.
Just a single boost.
Nobody is there.
This is so ridiculous.
I like
Venom's there even clears it.
While he's clearing.
Yeah. It's like, okay, he's probably dead there, right? But no. Just making sure. Doing our due diligence here. And Goofy. Needs to get himself a multi out of this position, and he has accomplished that task in a big way. Nython, another challenger approaches, and another challenge passed as well. Body now left on the last of the site, and his presence could be a big surprise as he tucks in towards the corner. They got to get Nython in this site involved, and it's still covered, but Henny gets blasted. Nython now needs to get his rifle ready, and he's going to charge forward towards Cave. Body not expecting this. Kyler low, and Nython will close it out, and there's only more joy to be had for Red Canids.
That's got to feel good for Nython. In this team, he's not really had his chances individually, right? He's very much given up all of the star roles, all of the ideal moments to his teammates. Gave up his op as well to get Henny into the roster. Stacking on a nice 4-piece here, closing it out as well. That's got to feel good for the man.
Yes. Got to feel good for the team that you could trust in your leader to close out important clutches like that. That is a great sign.
Well, 9 in a row. That's what's required of ENCE. If I can say their name right. They haven't been able to put too many of these rounds right, that's for sure. We're looking to change that. This is a reminder their map pick. And it's just kind of turned into a bit of a stinker.
And not so fun, no good. Ancient so far for them.
They can all change though.
They can. They pulled back a comeback yesterday, all the way to the brink. This one, a pretty steep deficit for sure. They did it on the CT side. That's what they're saying. Get me on CT side, get me a win. As well. And they've started it off, taking down David.
Look at Kylar. Kylar's looking like he's got this flank. Ooh, it doesn't go into elbow. So that bailout might still be available for Nython, but
that's not going to help.
That kill might coax them forward.
But if they route towards the A side, it's going to be potential disaster.
And he checked the flank.
And he is checking the flank. Oh my god.
Oh, he saw him, I think.
No way he saw him. He did. Yeah, he 100% did.
He got vision. He knows. He knows. The problem is this is the bomb, so I don't really
They're going to go B or A fast off the back of that.
Yeah, I mean, if you got to lurk all the way push through mid, you're like, they've rotated off. We're just going to take this space. 20 seconds. Absolute perfect read here. Good process on the information, even without that kill on the flank. You have any choke point utility here for the T side? No, you're going to have to battle it. You're going to have to brawl it. The Temple player could be a problem, could shut this all down. Hero moment, but a hero will be felled. And Kylar now a one-man raging against the world. Trying to charm a Nython, but there's so many more snakes in this pit, on this plane, in these Canids. And it will be the Red Canids looking so much better, looking so much stronger. That's the way this team's supposed to function. True. It's all just one time hole that we've put ESL Pro League into. Counter-Strike time, all the time, Pro League time. Venom Zera time, SDY time is over. The time of the SDY is over. The time of the Canids has begun.
Jeez.
Wow, okay. If you had any question about how this pistol round would go, the Red Canids have answered it very quickly. That is a snappier round than we saw from them ever against VP.
I don't think we ever even saw a quick A play. We never saw a rush towards A. I mean, this is obviously just a pistol. But we did see a lot of Cold Zera lurks. Cold Zera mid plays. And Cold Zera gets flanked. The flank gets flanked.
Flanks on flanks on flanks on flanks on flanks. Goofy can't do anything about this round, right?
He's just get a lot of money.
He's trying to farm some cash. Oh, okay. Hold on. Get some numbers there, Goofy. Not going to happen. So comfortable as can be. The Brazilian squad starting off where they left off. On Ancient.
Venom Zera as well. Out of the gates. Look at this efficiency. Aggression. Rolling on through. Henny backing it up as well. Taking care of the sandbags player. That's nice. You don't have to expend any utility for that position. And it's going to be a force buy for round 2. And interested in getting activated early as opposed to later down the line. Don't want to give over a lot of T-side rounds. You're definitely looking to lean on what has went right for VP yesterday, challenging that B side. But they're going to go towards A for this round. Aggression on in. Flashes are perfectly placed. Everyone caught, everyone blind, but they regain vision in time for the kills to take place. Goofy with so much impact 3 kills. The bomb dropped. And if there's one thing you know on Vertigo, it's if cold as Zera is the last man standing, you got to be wary of mid.
They know exactly where he is. He'll be here in every round. But man, oh man, one flashbang well placed and it just collapses. A house of cards for the Canids. And now coldzera is just trying to hunt down this Lurk B steps because he is no real window back in towards this bomb. Oh, this is bait. This is bait. The player backing off. This is bait because look at who's under the lip is Potty.
Smart.
Take a bait, coldzera. That's what they're saying. Put out a nice, tasty, foxy treat. Oh, and he will step right into the trap. It's a snare. Someone's got a new fur coat.
That's expensive. It's very expensive. Look at this, Goofy. The 5.7. That gun is so incredibly good. And off the back of a couple well-placed flashes, ENCE show up with a winning formula. Out of the gates, put that pressure on the A side. Red Canids looking to put some targets in that department as well, but talk about like a little bit of creativity being shown for a team that doesn't have this recent experience on this map. You know, maybe even since the changes have been made, and it's not completely without, you know, a game plan. They got ideas.
Most decidedly, Glaive has got utility damage, I'll tell you that much. Oh, now he's looking to shoot some fish in the barrel. Put some serious dart down range. No kills found for it, but Red Canids are feeling a little rumbled. They'll try and take this base. They'll try and inch their way up. Still got the big rifle. Khalil. No Molotov for the sandbags. Potty. Able to feast here. Chewing them up, spitting them out, leaving them onto a coldzera, who, last alive, will be the last to die.
It's a lot of confidence right there. Holding on to that A ramp. Good to see. Potty not scared of fighting forward. Neither was Glaive in the early stages. Very willing to give him a go. That's a force buy well handled. Dealt with easily. And now Glocks and a P250. Glocks.
There's just 5-man running it. I like that, at least. Get this round done with quick. Either rumble them or be rumbled. And as I say that, actually, they're stalling out. Potty's been tagged up. He'll have to back away. Found his. Time for someone else to take a shift at the Eco Factory. Punch in, boys. Time to earn your wages.
The overtime's good. Keep on swinging. I would love to work at the Eco Factory.
Eco Factory? Do it for free.
That's the best job. That's a dream job. You get to do this all day.
It's a little hard work. A little tough shift at the Eco Factory.
Get your back into it.
Go home. It's Ecos for dinner. Oh, here we go. Davideus entry. We're not going to get the no entry stat for Davideus. He's got one. Reminder, it was Vertigo where that really went wrong, so good to see. And they've gone back into this B play that we saw not so effective against VP. Much more effective when Davideus is doing that. SDY in trouble. If he dies, so goes the round, and they know it. Teammates aren't even rallying to him right now. They're just trying to play contain, and it's going to be a save.
I mean, there's Davideus at his best. That is what was so clearly missing for a T side of Vertigo for Red Canids last time around. Had none of that. They were actually getting that handed to them. Fame was the one that was landing double headshot entries on the CT side. And now they've reversed that stat line. And it is so refreshing for David, who I know felt so nullified. It was, I mean, for me at least, watching a lot of Red Canids and casting a lot of South America, I would say for me it was probably one of his worst games I've seen out of him. But looking to turn that result around here in the mid bracket. And he's done it very early on Vertigo, T side. Going through the line. Check, check, check. 1 fist bump, 2 fist bump. 2 headshot.
1 fish, 2 fish. Headshot the blue fish.
Sure. Headshot the Kraken.
Davideus knows. Oh.
That'll be one of my favorite books.
Headshot the Kraken. A children's tale.
I could be on Dave the Diver right there.
Alright, get your spear gun ready. Dave the Diver, where you fish with a sniper rifle.
The interior.
I don't know if that's...
Doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
I'm picturing just like a QT pixel graphics Counter-Strike now.
That'd be cool.
Just like nice light music playing. Everything's bright and colorful. And then the bomb goes off. And everything changes.
Be fun. I'd play that game.
I would also play that game. Make it happen! Speak it into existence. Smoke to bottle them up for the moment.
Oh,
one of the things for the Red Canids, we haven't really seen a whole lot of flow between the sites. It's kind of everybody bunched. We don't even have the mid lurk this time. Coldzera's taking entries.
He's trying. He's doing a good job of threatening that HP. Glaive's not leaving either. Glaive is stuck around. They're spamming through the smoke, but I'd imagine there's going to be a walk play through it. Glaive is not leaving the sight line here. He does get one. He had little HP, and he gets a kill at the very least. But there's a lot more that they have to chew through on this A side if they want to take it successfully.
Smoke to cover.
It's a wide smoke.
Very wide smoke. Chunky boy. Body has found the gap in the wide smoke, though. Ooh. Oh, to great effect. Now bombs drop down to dirt, even with those 2 kills. They just don't have the time. And they have a flank out from Goofy. You might get clocked here, Coldzera. You might get clocked, but no. He'll survive. Still, that is ENCE laying down the law. An effective round to do so. We're going to require an eco for the rest of the Canids, you'd imagine. They just needed a second smoke. They needed something to threaten that sightline into the elevators. And with Potty's eyes clear, he was more than happy to capitalize.
Yeah, I mean, I think Potty also dropping the bomb initially, so David has to dive back and recover that, and then he also has to peek the op.
David has to dive back. You didn't even realize.
Oh.
You didn't realize what you'd done. Oh, good credit on. Look, here's the thing about Red Canids on these T sides, right? That we noticed against VP. They're very one note in terms of what they call out a spawn is what they're going to do. It seems there's not a lot of flow between the sites. There's not a lot of, okay, we got a B lurk and an A lurk, and then maybe we make a decision based on who gets what kill. It's a lot of, okay, we're going to go 5 towards B. We might have a mid lurk.
Let's try it again, though.
Hold on. No, this time they've got Henny working A as well. I like this. This is a little bit more spread. This is giving you some options. We got the Coldzera. He's going to sit in middle for the first 50 seconds of this round, at least. But there's something else here.
And there's a very quick and efficient David positioning.
In the elevator? STY's in the elevator. Well, Coldzera will not be having fun with this. Kylar will be collecting the first. There's still a player alive towards quad. Kylar, meanwhile, has collected everybody else. Goofy's like, I don't even know who I'm fighting here. But eventually, he will win out that duel.
Huh.
Coldzera, perhaps fortunately, took that approach because now there's a fast flank on.
Thought he fell off the map.
Kind of looked like he might have.
Just fell off a couple staircases. It's fine. You might have injured your ankle, but
stubbed a toe.
You're still kicking.
Well, maybe not with the injured toe.
You're still getting kicked around, though. Cold.
He got his one.
He got his.
He got his.
Yes, he did. At the end of the round. And maybe it's just a little late. That's a very fast move. David getting positioned. He was so quick to try and catch him off guard. But even despite like having a little hitting positioning like that, look at where David almost gets himself tucked into. If there wasn't a very effective Kylar in the site, I think that could have been
Could have been trouble.
A lot more efficient.
You're absolutely right. If they get that initial kill on Kylar, Goofy's in such a tough spot, smoked up in quad, they can just kind of contain him, spam him down. Life is a lot more difficult for sure. But ifs, ands, and buts. Coulda, wouldas, and shouldas. They all run away from one little did. Seems like we're gonna get the fast rampy play. Just pistols, couple flashbangs. Not really expecting a lot out of this. And a resmoke on down the ramp. Now the spot up and the farm up for SDY. Flashbang good for one, but it doesn't cover off SDY. He'll eventually lose his life, but he's done his damage. And he wants his hands on that gun. Let's see if he can cook. Deagle out as well. Maybe, just maybe. There's a headshot. That's what's required.
Oh my god.
Hello? Gentlemen.
Oh!
Gentlemen, this one's getting a little expensive. Goofy's gonna make sure it doesn't get wild. That's definitely a situation where Goofy was not told that nobody was actually watching ramp.
That's unfortunate.
Little sightline confusion, shall we say.
Yeah. A breakdown in the comms, maybe. And David can't believe what he got away with. Tech 9 swinging around the corner there to trade is crazy. I thought that headshot came through from David there for a second. Not going to be nothing more than just price tags on that round. But Potty now looking to shut down a Cold Zero lurk early on by his mid-aggression, taking space with the AWP. Venom Zera working his way around these smokes, but the charge forward is good, and there's great damage already put on towards his player. Someday Young has to vanish from sandbags, and they've got an opening duel on the A ramp finally.
Very fortunate for SDY that they don't actually press this faster, right? He could have been in major trouble there, stuck towards cement. Now instead he's able to get away. And look at the damage that's been done onto the Canids. They're gonna group, they've given up the mid lurk, they're gonna hit B. They got one player to make some noise towards the A site. Bit of an awkward flashbang on that one.
Yep, CT flash comes through. Oh, and catches David on the timing. David in a position where you can sometimes dodge out on those aggressive B flashes, but it came from middle. So he doesn't quite catch the vision. You've dealt with the B lurk, and there's still a lot more behind it. So this is going to queue up some pretty quick rotations now from ENCE.
Yeah, 50 seconds, not really having seen anything. Venom Zera still lurking around on A, but the bailout might not be an option anymore. Need to get these kills, need to get this bomb planted. And it's very messy here. The fight on through. Here comes that lurk. Here comes that backstab. And now Cold Zera from the front. It leaves it all on SDY. Just timing off. 30 seconds. Smoke in his face. There's nothing that SDY can do about this. And he's going to have to bail out. They did clean up Venom Zera at least, but it's going to be the save for SDY. And Red Canids, again, that was looking like one where they might be stalling out. But this time, they find the gumption. This time, they find the entries on site. And it's a world of difference.
You have to call upon Henny there after David goes down with the rifle. And he has 23 HP at the start of his fights there. He wins out the opening duel, the first kill over towards the A side. He gets that opener. He has to translate that to another opener on the other side of the map. All without his weapon of choice as well. So that's a great turnaround. An opportunity after Red Canids get shut down. When they stall out towards A, they have that man advantage still, and they can reroute. Especially not even having a big David impact in this one. But still having an Opera that can step into the rifles as well and deliver. And Venom's there, even gets one on his lurk.
He does. He does. Thought he was going a little late with it, but it was the perfect time. It was the perfect window. So... third round found. Can they build? This would be the end of the money for ENCE, unless they got a pretty hefty save going. Nice nade damage going to come off of that. Ship on the 3 players. Utility put up. Kylar giving himself some cushion. For the pushing on into the site. Kylar will be able to collect one. That was awkward. I don't know how SDY is alive. But he will be alive, and he will take it. Not for long, though. Henny sprays down 2. As they try and thrust back into the middle of this site. Now Glaive collects. And the stall out.
There he goes.
Canids, they got no more utility. They got to do this with the guns. No more smokes to block sight lines. So they're going to let some time pass. Tried to get a quicker play going here. But still a minute now to work.
In any moment like this, there's always that fear, again, of where coldzera could be. But he's just grouped up with his teammate right now.
I do like it. He's given up that mid lurk way more consistently, right? He's not been as predictable in the timing here. And that does keep putting that ghost into the minds of ENCE of where is Cold? Where is that lurk?
And he's going to still take that first point of contact. So again, it's still that concern being made. But now the footsteps being heard. And that should encourage Party to join forces here with Glaive alongside him. The bomb recovered. It's going to be tapped. Avoid the HE for now. Do the little dance, and then we go again. Sticking the digits this time. Glaive looking to make a move, but gets forced off the line. And no, he can't provide coverage. Hinny sacrifices his life for the coldzera clutch. Can he deliver? Can he make good on his teammate's promise? Trying to dance behind this white box here. Waiting for contact, waiting for this approach. Glaive going to get knocked down first. He's down low, but he's up against now the Potty rifle. There's going to be a 10-second defuse here that Potty needs to get on, and he gets taken down across the wall. A wall bang coming through for Potty, and a clutch that comes through for ENCE.
It will be Potty to flush them down the drain. He's had a monstrous map. 12-3 right now, I think. Something along those lines. Really killer numbers coming through from the Opper. Making all the difference, obviously, in this one. So a lead secured for ENCE. At the very least. See how many they can stack on the back of it. That one does get very nervy. Looked like a coldzera classic, didn't it?
It did. Just for a second there.
But the legends of yesteryear can't quite topple the promise of tomorrow.
So I was going to say, you know, Potty, a young gun, might not even remember a coldzera clutch.
Surely. Surely! He's not that young. I'm not that old.
How old, or how young is Potty?
He's like
you have an idea? 19? Okay, yeah, he probably remembers a coldzera clutch.
You remember a coldzera clutch.
At 19, you remember a coldzera clutch.
You'd hope so. Gotta have respect for what came before. Even if you are
even
part
20.
of this new spicy generation. Is he 20 now?
Yeah, 20 years young.
20 years young.
And still clutching up against the legends, not letting coldzera slide. And a little boost action. This one's always nice to throw out. We got some visual. We got some contact. Now we wait. How long can we wait on this angle, though, before?
Good 30 seconds.
You eventually have to make a move.
Nah. Patience. Patience is key for the fisherman.
Who's going to give him it? Glaive? Is it you? Are you going to give him it?
No one is giving him it.
Goofy? Huh? You want to slide back?
Well, util to try and coax them in. Problem is the bomb is part of this stack, so they will have to abandon it. And right now, no one is giving them it.
Yeah, they've dropped.
Disappointing. Nate pop, perfect timing. Potty can collect an SDY through that smoke as it blooms back out. Potty will be down for the count. He's been the big hitter. Maybe this gives a chance. Henny through the smoke. They're giving themselves an opportunity at the very least, but it is just going to have to be coldzera. A clutch for the ages, as he has done so often before, and no time now. Chasing off of it, trying to find the kill, and losing himself the round.
Kyler gets himself in a position to make sure his teammate's safe and sound away, and then he goes for the wide swing, knowing that there was no time, no chance, no way to convert.
Good awareness.
Look at this HE opening up the smoke on the further contact. That's a fantastic move for ENCE to hold down this bomb site. And now we're seeing, so far, the map picks for each team look a little bit dire, a little bit tough. And I think this map kind of lends itself a lot more to the CT side, just in general. With the new changes, a lot more opportunities. As we see, it's very hard to plant the bomb on the A side. You really need, you know, better B executes nowadays to get a lot done on this map. But finding themselves with only 3 and potentially 4 at the best of scenarios is not a good sign for Red Canids. Put a lot of pressure on their defense. ENCE, meanwhile, having a lot of comfort on this map, and maybe this is a right direction to take in the future.
Nade exchange from the grave. Venom Zera gets a kill. Oh, now Potty locked up in towards middle. This is not the guy you want to test right now. He is the hot hand. Kylar shuts down the B-Lurk. And it's looking like this last round of the half might be going the way of ENCE. What does the Fox say? Well, Henny might be saying, GG go next. We'll see after this half. Back into this second half, and it's looking easy.
Four.
ENCE.
Perhaps. That's the one. That's the one.
Not for the Canids. Looking sleazy for them.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's looking a little bit rough. Looking a little bit grimy at the moment. They're looking to turn those results around, and a cold Zera Dink is not going to help, but maybe... Oh, no.
What?
No, it does not help. Venom Zera does not bait him out at all. They are full focus, setting their sights on this B site. David has to save them, but it's not going to matter as Sum Dayoung has cracked on through, and he continues to do so with efficiency. Now Nithon left into a clutch, a 1v2. Glaive and Goofy in the clutch.
The Gloofy duo.
The Gloofy duo looking to secure it.
Gloof all over the B site. But there's a Nython holding court. And right now, he wants to constrict the life out of them. Got to read that it might be the fight up forward. Got the damage. Oh, the fakes the jump around. But it's Goofy to put the Glock bullet where it needs to be. Double digits on. It doesn't matter whether you win by a whisker or a mile, just that you win those pistols.
That's going to do so much here. I mean, again, we talked about Red Canids. That was an insane entry, first of all. But we didn't even get to see a lot of their CT side because the game just ended so quickly versus VP. So, you know,
get gloofed.
The pressure's going to be on now, and they're not even going for the force buy. They're going to call it a save. Going to set their sights on guns, and then you have to start to recover a very difficult second half for them.
You know, we had that graphic in the pregame. Some play better. Look at SDY's score. Wow. I was so distracted thinking about Potty with that flashy zoom banger. Didn't even realize how monstrous a game he's been having. Been implicated in so many moments and so many rounds. He got 17 kills to show for it.
Yeah, it was taking a lot of initiative. Him alongside Glaive towards that A ramp side of things, shutting things down so effectively. Had some good utility as well to back it up. Feeling like he can do it all, and feeling like David has to do it all on this B side alone.
Prayers up to Deus, but they will not be answered. Because his existence will remain unproven. Vaporized off this site, bomb going down. How do you even get back into this if you're the Canids? As you can see, they got no appetite for it. They're just praying somehow that B play was a fake. It's not a fake. This is real. This is reality. And we're really going to see 11 rounds, friends. Okay, hold on. Exit stack. Cheeky exit stack.
Sure.
Get weird with it. Cold Zero, why did you abandon? Come on now. Get everybody up there.
Exit down low.
If only you could reach down and pull somebody else up onto a boost with you. That's the next step.
I'd love to see that animation. It would just be the goofiest animation.
It would be very jank. Just like drop a little ladder.
Yeah. That'd be a cool map design there, you know? You have to drop a ladder.
You buy your kit, you also buy your step ladder. Just put a little step ladder down. Bop, bop.
Sometimes I miss like cobble drop room where you'd have to boost your teammate on the CT side into a position.
Well, we're taking away skill maneuvers like that. You know, we've got the new boxes on Dust.
True.
We are eliminating the need for those maneuvers. They have to self jump on bench in Mirage. It's been a long time since that had happened.
Yeah. I mean, even like the van jump on Mirage is a little bit easier nowadays. They made that lip a little wider in CS2.
Get my fat lip.
Yeah. They're just they're trying to eliminate boost maybe. Because we've seen at least the bug is fixed now.
The bug is fixed.
That's good.
For the time being.
For now.
We thank them for that. Shoutouts to, I don't remember the guy's tag, but community member who figured out what was causing it and how to replicate it so that it got fixed.
Shout out to them.
Our strongest asset in the game of Counter-Strike, our community.
True. The strongest asset for ENCE in this T-round opening is a totem pole that Henny has run head first into.
Head of the totem pole.
The Some Die Young goofy totem pole.
Too strong.
Channeling the inner Kraken is way too strong. It holds up way too well.
Well, they might be cracking into ramp right now because Glaive has taken a whole lot of space. I don't think Nython realizes how close he is, and that's the problem. Nython down. He was the lone A defender. Venom Zera's trying to rally to the cause, but now this could be a disaster on. Venom Zera back on the angle. He's brought everyone through, but look at this. We got a goofy lurk. We got a goofy lurk, and David Deus has found some damage, has found some moments, but now they're looking back, anticipating this lurk because the bomb is down.
Coldzera's pushed past the smoke, though. And it flanks on flanks.
Oh, no. It was so good for ENCE. It's fallen apart, so we get a chance here for the Red Canids to do something about this, to give us a little bit of momentum, a little bit of energy, a chance to fight in the second half.
That's an incredible resurgence coming through there. Down into the 3v5, losing control on this A side, but David in transition lines up the multi-kill, and it felt like Cold and David playing that 2v2 to perfection afterwards. Both players catching backs turned. Fantastic work in the save, and they needed that round. They couldn't afford to let it slip. Otherwise, this map is just, you know, over. Not fully, but now they have a chance with gun rounds, and they still have yet to give ENCE that critical 12th.
You're still in the danger zone, though. You're not even on the highway to it. You're in the danger zone. Penny Loggins can help you here. You need to win this.
This is like the reverse of that song. You know, you're in the highway to the danger zone. They're already there. They're trying to leave.
Trying to get out of the danger zone.
Yeah, highway away from the danger zone.
That's actually the sequel. Not as popular.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as hardcore, right?
It doesn't quite have the same ring to it. But Nython, he will take that first step on the highway out of the danger zone. We got a player cement. We got Venom Zera. He has a smoke as well. There is a Molotov enclave, so eyes on for that utility usage.
They want to save it. Sometimes there's so many pressure points on a map on this A side that sometimes you don't even want to use that Molotov. Sometimes you just want to trust that it's clear and make that risk.
Audio cue.
See if it pays off. But Glaive, yeah, it doesn't look like that Molly's going to head the right direction because Goofy's got coverage and not a kill out of Venom Zera. Nython only good for one. The A site slowly being claimed, but it's Henny to punch a hole in the smoke and punch a hole in this offense as well. Glaive still pressing forward, but a double swing coming through from David and Cold. Potty making moves past that smoke, but there's 15 seconds to try and save this 1v2, recover the bomb, and he knows there's no time. There's not much of a chance.
No time. Wow. Getting nothing out of the cement position and still managing to make it work. These rounds, they're not comfy for the Canids. They're not easy by any measure, but they are fighting every inch of the way, tooth and nail and claw.
Oh, wow.
I did like that maneuver with the Famas, the hole punch through the smoke. I think Henny heard us talking about getting your ears pierced with the hole punch.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? That's actually a great idea. Let me see if I can put that in the Counter-Strike.
I mean, that's thinking outside the box.
I love new smokes, man. As much as, you know,
it's a good change.
Other things. But the smokes are so cool.
It's a good change.
Great change.
I don't like one-ways as well. So those are nice to kind of remove. I was never a big fan of one-ways. I did like using them. I didn't like dying to them. I think that's generally how it goes, but... Smart from Henny.
Well, that was the gun.
Oh yeah, that is the gun. It's recovered, saved. Some Young. Now your chance. You give it a go.
One by one, they're just going to step up and
yeah, just keep going. Or all of them swing together in unison. And Goofy will be able to transfer that kill on over.
The third bearer of the holy AK.
And might be third time's the charm.
Might be. Goofy hitting. But the flank is on. Davidea says, okay, enough of this tomfoolery. I will be shutting it down. No Glock may be arrayed against me.
Who's Tom and why is he foolery in?
He's a big Canids fan.
Yeah. Shout out to Tom then. Tom foolery. Do you know where that comes from? Is it there's actually someone that's
I have no clue.
That name?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you where tomfoolery comes from. I'll look up the etymology of tomfoolery for you.
I feel like that it sounds like a name, right? Foolery the last. Tom the first. In that order. And maybe he was up to no good.
The origin of tomfoolery, courtesy of the Australian Writers Centre. I don't know if they know, but they'll say they know.
Gotta ask Mac maybe in the break there. But we do have finally an opening towards this A side. They've been throwing so many resources to try and take this A side control, and Nython has been good on these gun rounds to keep them at bay. But this time, it's Venom Zera towards side hall that falls in the early stage, and it's going to leave them in a bit of a tough spot, especially with this move being made on towards the site. They expect the respect from Glaive, but he will not give it. So much damage done, so much pressure on Henny's shoulders, and they have fully encapsulated this A side. They have full control, and it's only a matter of time before Henny gets traded out. He does do good to get one. Can that save them from these positions? What is going on here? We got a player on towards the B site. We got a player on the rafters.
Goofy's like, all right, guys, rotate off. I have it all.
Bomb over.
Also a flank on. Oh my goodness, SDY can just be the linchpin here. He can just end this. Oh, just absolutely end this, and that's what he's going to do. Puts it all into Davideus, who will be caught. SDY needs no more help. He's the man of the moment, and he's the man to find 12. Now 6 shots to close, and Red Canids, they've gotten lucky. They've gotten massive plays back into some of these rounds, but it turns out that luck runs out. Those chances run out. You can't keep pulling back dangerous moments here. Eventually, ENCE managed to break one through.
I mean, it kind of looked like a similar recovery as well. They start to punch back. They start to find their footing. Gather a little bit of success.
Okay, technical pause. Here's a chance for me to tell you, based on the what the Australian Writers Center is doing, which, by the way, this article's weirdly written as like a Q&A, and I don't know why they've done it this way, but I'm just going to get what I can out of it. Australian Writers Center, not the most helpful. So apparently, according to Merriam-Webster, which I'm getting quoted through, so it's a game of telephone here.
Yeah.
In the 14th century, Middle English developed this phrase "Tom Fool," which was just like a caricature of someone who was dumb, basically. And that morphed into one word, Tom Fool, and by the 1600s was like a character in plays or pageants as sort of a buffoon-type character that then became tomfoolery.
There you go. There's the history.
So there you go.
You know Tom?
Shoutouts, my boy Tom Fool.
Tom Fool.
You were right. It is a dude.
Sounded like it.
Kind of a conceptual dude.
Yeah, just the idea of a dude who's up to no good.
See if ENCE are up to no good in this one. There's very little arrayed against them from the Canids. And spam down. Davideus trying to get cheeky on the edge of that smoke. It's not going to happen. First piece off the board. First actor out of this pageant.
David knocked out on something. Just trying to make an active move with his MP9 to task the B site with a deep smoke. No luck in that department, but again, there's another good entry for Nython on this A side, so it's going to sway them away into a B side execute.
Calzera has been cast in this play in the role of the hero. He's going to put it all on his back. Molly to force him out of the angle. Flames at his feet to make him uncomfortable, but he'll stick around in the fight. He will pay the price. So the tragic hero perhaps in this one. But it's Henny next onto the stage. The bombs being planted here. A retake required with bits and bobs. A rifle coming in on the flank, but pistols at the front. If they could find a little bit of space for Nython to activate, that would be so much the better. As he makes his maneuver, it's Glaive who waits. It's Glaive who lurks. It's Glaive who collects. And it's Henny who's the last man to exit. ENCE pull it through 13-6. We're going to Anubis. We're getting the full 3 mapper.
Glaive, the note sheet did say, get me on T side. So that's where they'll start for this pistol. And Cold Zero will start by challenging Sumdai Young and handing him a quick headshot. Peak 250 hits the floor, then recovered by Goofy, who now gets to take that role of trying to punish some aggression, some extension. They're doing one of these rounds. They're doing one of these rounds where you have nobody mid, you let him contact, you take this free real estate, but you can also see David has a smoke. And they're not losing map control completely. They regain it elsewhere. On top of the 4v5 that they have currently, there's deep positioning in B that they are maintaining, but not much movement forward. It's going to be a reliance on maybe these dual Berettas if they want to head towards this A side. That doesn't seem to be the end goal, though, and towards Temple instead.
Henny trying to check him at the gate, certainly getting his team aware of what's happening. 40 seconds. They do need to get a move on. So it is going to be B that they go for. 35 seconds. Coldzera still holding on to this B main control, but pressure on to Venomzera. There's no support because Cold's playing tucked. Venomzera has to deliver and back turn. That makes it easier. Takes 2. Nice work done. The B main approach now revealed, but with the kill, Body is stuck. They'll take the first, but 15 seconds to get this bomb down and to try and clutch this one up. He's trying to bait at the peak. Coldzera's not taking that bait. Man is patient to say the least, but Body will bring one back the other way. Now he's lost track of them, flanked up, put down. Body giving it his best effort, giving it a real try, but just too many targets.
Excellent work. Perfect start from Coldzera to kick it off into the 4v5. They give so much space. I feel like at some point ENCE were expecting to take contact, but finally rushing into those dual Berettas, and Venomzera, good for a multi, makes the job easier for the rest of his team, even though Body does deliver. Had a good CT side start. We'll see if that trend continues. Yeah, they didn't. All that working out there's, man, my biceps are so sore from all the working out I've been doing.
It's not a problem I have. Nython, though, he's got some problems in the Pythons right now. And he will make up for them. That's one way to get rid of the lactic acid. There's some eeks.
Sweet, sweet ecos for the Opper.
Good for the recovery.
It is good for the recovery.
It's like an ice bath.
Yeah.
But
or just a warm bath.
An ice bath.
You can do an ice bath, too.
Ice bath and ice bath.
Nice ice bath.
Nice bath. Yuck, 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 yuck.
Have you ever done an ice bath before?
No, I've done cold plunges. I've never done like specifically the ice bath, but I've done like the jump in a freezing lake.
Yeah. Not for me.
I don't love it. What I do love is the post sauna. I haven't had a post sauna into a cold plunge. I'm looking forward to that at some point. I've done the shock yourself with the cold shower after the sauna. Oh, Coldzera, the nade pop. I love that idea. You can't get the kill. Surely that's communicated.
Damage to the HE.
I mean, that does not make it easier. But like that is a set play.
No, it's not the worst idea.
I love it. I love it. High risk, high reward. He was not rewarded.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you could stand not in the smoke when the nade pop comes through.
I think if you just push the smoke, I mean, I know it's just like you have no idea with the X-ray on. If he pushes that smoke, though, he just does kill the totem pole, I think.
Probably yes. I like the idea. Okay, we've been complaining about these teams being a little stagnant. That ain't stagnant. That is dynamic as heck.
Yeah, it's
doesn't work out.
Stretches you all over the map there.
Looks a little silly.
It does, but hey, again, it's
neat idea.
A neat idea, and you appreciate those. And you know now that someone is hiding behind the smoke with the Molotovs ticking. It is danger zone for Venomzera. There is no way he's getting out of this one. But fortunately, it's not just Venomzera on the site. You've got Henny with his AWP ready to strike and finding success. Multiple of them. A couple quick kills. Another challenger. And a smoke that has still contained E-Box. David goes down with one. But it's equalized into the 2v2. Henny still in the back of the site. The flash is starting to put some pressure onto him. Oh. He lands the no-scope. Now he has to do it all. One more kill required. Henny with his sidearm out. And he will knock down the last. It is just flawless from Henny.
Magnificent from Henny in the 2v2. I will say the first 2 kills out B main. A little questionable there, friends. Remember, folks, if at first the dry swinging of the op doesn't succeed, swing them again.
Bop.
Utility out, too. That is a straight nade out into the op.
Was that an HE? I imagine that was a smoke, right?
I think it was a molly. It was a molly for Cliff, I believe. It was either a molly or a smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Either way, like, you'd like to deploy it, but dry swinging with no flashbang, no nothing, no lurk smoke? That one's tough. That one's real tough. You give him the opportunities, and as we've seen, this Henny guy, he can't deliver. Oh, and he's gonna seize up too.
Don't feed the beast. Don't feed the beast right now. It's what hurt you so much on Ancient, this opening map. And he gets out of dodge. He escapes with a good positioning. He's gonna call for rifle support as well. And the rifle support comes through just in time. Excellently handled.
You know he's feeling when he's just ripping off no-scopes through the door. Oh, yeah. Boy. Okay, hang on.
Extremely goofy into the round. There's a couple kills come through.
11 for Henny. We're 4 rounds in. 11 kills. Woo!
Single death.
They let him get hot. He's starting off hot. Better cool him down. Better get him in that ice bath.
Oof. Feeling confident. Ends it with another pistol kill as well. Consistent is Henny. And again, it's a complete reversal from the small lack of impact that we saw versus VP. A lot more aggression, a lot more initiative out of his op. Somehow he only takes a shot into the shoulder. It's going to be Venom Zera that hunts down this kill. Run and gun A1S for the 1-for-1 trade.
He knew he was kind of dead.
He did.
Ooh, speaking of dead, Nython trying to get out of there. Dumping the util, but better get that gun up. Staying alive for a moment. Eventually will be felled. Bit of awkward timing here, but Davideus quick back into the space. And coldzera found a kill elsewhere to keep these numbers equal. Oi, fighting ahead of your teammates. That one ill-advised.
Trying to close the distance with that MP9, but no luck in that department. Henny and Cold are probably off to a save, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, you get smoked off camera, that's going to call it.
That's one of those moments where if you just stay alive in heaven, it's not the easiest thing to do, but if you stay alive in heaven with that MP9, then you give your teammates a bulwark to bring in the bigger guns and maybe go for that retake. But with him lost, there's no appetite for this.
It is important real estate to hold on to. They're going to walk into this, though. It's exits that coldzera is going to look for, and he will be given that opportunity. Wow, that is absolutely sick.
No money for you.
AK is recovered. 4 kills in the round for coldzera. And while it is a victory, it is also the best way to lose for Red Canids.
Ideal loss type of scenario. That's a waving of the white flag, but you got a secret plan for the next. No escape. coldzera the doorman. The way he'd be locking him out.
coldzera the doorman. No backdoor entry here. Just control.
The man, the myth, the bouncer. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it. Shout out Vince.
I mean, it's got potential though. The bouncer.
I think he actually worked as a bouncer. Am I misremembering that? I think he worked as a bouncer at one point, so that actually works, you know?
That's pretty cool.
Maybe that's what we say about Vince. SDY? Bouncing right in towards the site, but it is Henny here. Oh. It is Henny. Oh, pop the smoke? Well, he says, thank you very much. That's exactly what I was waiting for. Man, you just do not want to challenge this guy with the AWP. They're lucky he didn't have the scope out in that last. Glaive got a little bit of fortune with the utility coming out, found the timing. Bomb's going to be planted. There's a kid on Henny. There's some smokes to close down the sidelines. There's time. And there's an early kill from Davideus. Now the retake is certainly on. Might have to wait for this temple smoke to fade to unleash the beast that is Henny. Who lurks inside the temple guardian himself, Goofy, trying to keep this bomb ticking away, but now dueling up on Henny. The no-scope lands. This dude just doesn't miss right now.
He is 14-1. He's hitting every shot.
And it goes back for ENCE to what we've been talking about. The problems for both of these rosters are coming on the attack. They're just, it's awkward, it's limping. You have the ideas, but not the execution. You're popping the smoke into an off sight line, hoping to catch them off guard. Timing's going wrong.
Oh my God. And I know in that round for ENCE, they're probably missing some pieces, right? As we have highlighted in just a round prior to that, it's ENCE losing everyone in a one round, right?
Sure, yeah.
So there's going to be less utility. There's going to be problems in that department, but we're given so many fights to the AWP without flashes. We don't even have a smoke to comfortably cross past that temple position. I feel like that is just step number one for a B execute, is that you get a one of those cross smokes into the site. And we're missing that every single time we see them go B.
It's Kylar talking in the timeout. That's interesting. That's interesting. You've got Glaive, you got SDY, and it's Kylar giving the pep talk in the timeout, right? Because that's the situation where you would love to have a coach behind you. You're calling the timeout. You're like, all right, Cuban. Right. Kylar, you're up, bud. Pep talk.
You got anything for us? Take a look at the note sheet. Let's do some review. All right, this is what I have to do. Get the smoke here. It'd be nice if pictures were allowed to be included on those note sheets, and then you could just have every smoke line up ready to go. You're in a clutch, and you're like, okay, I need this smoke right now. Start flipping through. Put your crosshair here. Toss it now. But they've got a half buy here. And they do have the utility that might be necessary to get some things going. Off the back of this timeout, it looks to be a fairly off-spawn A call being tossed into the picture.
Oh boy.
What happened there? Glaive catching two players aggressing. And Henny finally misses.
All right, Glaive out of the timeout has called Glaive go kill, and it has worked beautifully. Nithon, though, might have a little bit of an answer back, but he hasn't
no
met
utility
Glaive
at all.
Glaive has a bit.
Where did it all go? I guess they threw a smoke for camera. And I don't know if it was maybe a call to rush in towards A, thinking that they had opportunities with the double up, but it's not the case.
Yeah, I mean, with 2 kills in towards mid, you could read that it'll be light on A, right? It's an understandable response to try and rock on in, but the Canids were set up. They only needed one man. Nithon. Fortunately for them, I mean, the CT util's depleted. Glaive is going to come back in towards middle, maybe collect himself a gun or two.
You want to head into Henny's up? Is that what we're interested in doing here? It's not just Henny alone either. Nithon on a bit of re-aggression. Going to come down to another Glaive go kill moment. But he doesn't have enough HP.
And now Henny
much more.
Focus in on the right angle. There's a smoke to maybe give a little bit of space, maybe cross this AWP. They're going to go contact, though. They're going to go quiet. They're going to go contact, and Henny is not going to miss. SDUI might be able to sneak this bomb plant down. That's all he's really trying to do now, give himself a chance in the post. So, you were the hero on Vertigo. Time to be that once more. Henny dropped down, but the trade is instant. Henny will be handed his second death of the map, but I think he's more than happy to see that one come through as another Canids dub.
Yeah, I mean, even just playing in that sacrificial position there, knowing that he's the op, you want your riflers to be available for the trade, and it's just so clean. Nithon with a quick recovery. As we highlighted, and this guy has given a lot to the team, trying to make things work. His opping on this roster before Henny had joined, it was, I would describe it as a bit miserable. I think he would describe it as the same way. There's no question that he was struggling, taking a big hit in the op IGL department, but I've never really complained about Nithon's rifling. So, having a couple of good moments here, and especially when you're in a 5v3 up against an eco that could turn the story of this half.
Yeah.
Having that late impact, giving your team a 4K, it's comforting. I mean, even just like his roles alone, he's on the A side now, anchoring things about, finding himself in a difficult position, but has just made it work.
I mean, if he had gone 1 for 1 there, the round's over, they say.
100%.
All the way to the world. Speaking of which, again, going to be on the shoulders of these A players, it seems. But this time he's got Henny close at hand. The bomb is still back bottom mid, so ENCE have not decided what they want to do with this. They've got some space up and towards middle. They don't quite realize how much. Could be the split B, could be the split A. You've kept your options open. But you also don't have a lot of information to guide you.
Smokes continue to be recycled, but those are going to fade away soon. There's not a lot of time left on those.
Davideus went loud with that rotate in towards Temple, but it kind of faked it. Now Henny collects on the 1.
What do you do now?
There's confirmation of the mid presence. The bomb is here. Smoke thrown to isolate Temple to split in towards A, but it's a bit of a fake. Problem is he just lost Cave. So as soon as you're thinking about executing, well, then the hits come back the other way. Potty now flanked up. Nithon on the aggression. He'll only find the 1. But Goofy, do you double back in towards the A site? You do indeed. It's the pulls now. The synergy. The 9 players looking for just 1 round. And with no time to spare, they will get it done. Henny in the clutch. This guy's been unreal. But now he's off the site. He's forced into the retake at the AWP. Maybe not the gun you want for the job. But he'll stay scoped up. No idea where they could have gotten to. Scope unextended. Retracted in here. Goofy spotted. Shot not on. Damage very much so. Oh, he's got this red. He's got this red, but getting it red and doing anything about it are very different things. Nade would catch.
He's making noise.
Tyler will have to go for the check. There's the 1. Knows he's got him painted into the corner, but there's no time. Oh, I don't think he's got this. No. He'll be going down to that bomb. There will be no survivors from this round. Finally, ENCE are back on the board.
It's a very composed clutch situation there coming through for ENCE. Needed it as well, as so much was going wrong. Nithon pulling through on a flank. It felt like everything was falling to pieces. All in a moment's notice for ENCE, but just when it mattered the most, Goofy and Kyler are able to step up to the plate and save the day. That, I mean, so many challenges there. The flank, the identification that it was 100% a B-side play, and then you even land the kill to back it up. But it is still an impressive recovery, requires that resilience. But again, it's a lost Red Canids round where everyone on ENCE goes down. That's a bit of an unfortunate T-side problem to have. The money is going to be low for Red Canids as well, but they would love to just win a round with some survivors. That hasn't been a luxury given to them. They've got to win this round to start to build back into this half.
Has to be done. Has to be done.
We got some smokes that we've desperately needed, though. And there's that smoke to cross. Safely, still no cold Zera available, but Kylar still cracking on through. Still being able to provide impact. His 4 kills in these last couple of rounds are going to be worth their weight in gold to get ENCE back into this game.
Seems like that pep talk may have been more for himself than anyone else. Whatever it is, it's the results that they need. Canids going to play for exits, maybe try and sneak a gun away if they're a little careless on their retreat. But friends, it's about stacking the rounds. Realistically, you kind of need 6 here. You certainly want 6. Davideus wants 1. Looking for a second. Dinked him.
HP.
Whee! Gotta get away from that bomb, SDY. And he will, in fact, find safe harbor.
Anubis is a dud.
It is funny that there's just so much inconsistency now. Where, like,
why is the Anubis bomb so weak? But nothing else. That's a nice transfer over from Kyler, though. But yeah, if this is Inferno, he's long gone. Nuke, he's long gone.
Ancient,
he's long gone.
Ancient bomb's coming for you before you even get in the server.
Vertigo's gotten a little bit buffed, but nothing crazy.
But Anubis, you get away with it.
Anubis, yeah, you're chilling. I almost thought Henny was going to get away with 30 HP, but that's a little too much to ask here. Henny, though, in a position now with the A1S. It's not quite the op. Doesn't have head armor either. Flashbang needs to come out for the CT side. It's a lot of damage done, but it is overrun. The MAC-10 up against no head Kevlar works wonders, and the site should be claimed with a couple USPs to deal with.
Spotted an ankle. Just a whiff of an ankle.
Oh, it's a good flashbang to run through the smoke. Not a bad idea, but it is shut down. Nithon, any kills extra would be nice. An extra $600 for everyone you gather. There's one, but it's put on a timer now because the flank through Temple is coming through. Body has this one boxed up. to go. HE on the go, though, for Nython. He will find one in the grave. Some good damage, but ENCE smiles.
Good to see. A little pressure relief here as the third round in a row hits the board. Now here's where it gets tough again. You have no op for Henny, though. I will say, that is a big difference maker, right? Neutralizing Henny, keep him off that Zoom banger where he's been having so much success. Potentially huge. Let's see if he can get it done with the rifles. He's in towards mid this time.
Jump spotting for Cold.
Fast play. Fast play on. ENCE stuck here in the cave, trying to stay alive, dancing between Molotovs, burning. But enough utility has been deployed to dissuade them from this faster take, and SDY has gotten a kill elsewhere. No, it was there.
It was there.
Sticking around.
Ran through the smoke, I believe. ENCE had a Kevlar to deal with that as well. Just gets blasted by the MP9. You could hear the dinks.
Smacked him even.
But she can feel Coldzera right around the smoke. Not going to be able to handle him, and he still fights forward for even more. Glaive now next at bat. AK has to be recovered from some Young, but they're going to translate this into a late boost as well, it seems. Up you go.
Ooh, cheeky. There's no molly for
Mollies
this now. Ah, tag. No kill. Well, they might regret that one. Ability to make them uncomfortable. They should know that it's the boost, but Davideus still does get the one. Can't really do anything about this bomb. Thought they were going to smoke pop on him, and he did not have the health for that this time. Henny on the flank. Can clean up this op. Can lock this down.
Oh, okay.
Bit early. Still gets what he's looking for. And Goofy, the world is arrayed against you, but they don't have kits. Goofy can buy time, isolate the fights, but no, he flicks away too soon. And Nython capitalizes. Time enough for this. Henny will find his precious AWP as well. And it's a 7th round.
The reward for this closure in a 7th round is that Henny AWP coming in. It's another defensive round, and this has been a story of CT sides in between these two teams. It's even true on Anubis here as well, that the defense has to be efficient for both of these rosters. It doesn't matter what battleground we're playing on, and it holds true on Anubis, so as much success as you can gather.
And now this monster, this Henny, he's back on his favorite gun, 19-3.
Looking for the 20 bomb in the first half, and it might be required of some Young. That looked so easy for him.
Smoke up, but SCY's not going to respect it. Tries to battle through, but he's going to get caught as a result of that. So the B main presence is gone, and through middle they go.
And David's already here.
Mr. Deus. Ooh, smoke up to face in towards him. So now Davideus might have his hands full, waiting for the aggression. Flashbang on E, mistimed, and he will pay the penalty. Just seconds away from that being a tremendous play. Could have caught 2 players with their pants down at least. And instead now it's a bit of a catastrophe, and ENCE have their choice of direction. To Temple they will go. Into what is now a newly vacated B site. ENCE coming back to deal with the potential of that spawn play.
Just cleared it out. But they don't know that Temple is a vulnerability just yet. Finally, this utility starts to be deployed. Banking on, the potential of ENCE being in that B main side that will plant around for E-Box. We'll see what they can do in this post plant. Another smoke recycled towards Temple. That is brutal. It forces everyone to reposition, and that timer's just going to continue to tick against them. They have to be quick as the bomb already past half ticked.
Potty locks down the first. Running out of time, running out of chances. Can't get past Potty. He has closed this round down. He will be closing down this half. There's nothing doing for Henny, but the pad, the stats, get his 20 bomb.
Henny 20.
But the Potty revenge game comes through. Oh, 2 rounds separate these teams. We'll be back.
Little man, I don't wanna hear no talk. 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 This ain't new to me. This ain't new to me. This ain't new to me. You took me for. Imagine that when it's time to get bread, I don't panic, man. When they ask what I do for a living, I just say I met paper appear like the magic man. Imagine that when it's time to get bread, I don't panic, man. Keep cool and calm like the attic fan. We met paper appear like the magic man. Deal with the money like David James. Save and save and save and save. Lock it in a box like David Blaine. Discipline thing, I ain't playing no games. Money for run, I got plans and aims. Man, I live by the old school sayings. Every mickle must make a muckle is true. Big up my granddaddy, showed me the way. More times that notes and I act broke. Cause I'm like Houdini, I'm trying to escape. Passport's gotta get another new stamp. So don't say a word if you see me on planes. Winter time, man can't see me again. Pop up in the country with a mad name. Little man, I don't wanna hear no talk. When I come for the money like Biggs and Wayne. This ain't new to me, no talk. This ain't new to me, no talk. This ain't new to me, my you a technophone. Imagine that when it's time to get bread, I don't panic, man. When they ask what I do for a living, I just say I met paper appear like the magic man. Imagine that when it's time to get bread, I don't panic, man. I keep cool and calm like the attic fan. We met paper appear like the magic man. Imagine that when it's time to get bread, I don't panic, man. When they ask what I do for a living, I just say I met paper appear like the magic man. Imagine that when it's time to get bread, I don't panic, man. Keep cool and calm like the attic fan. We met paper appear like the magic man. Little man, I don't wanna hear no talk. Little man, I don't wanna hear no talk. Little man, I don't wanna hear no talk. Man, I don't wanna hear no talk. Little man, I don't wanna hear no talk. Little man, I don't wanna hear no talk. Little man, I don't wanna hear no talk. Wanna hear no talk, no talk, no talk. See the stack levitate like dynamo. I keep it low key, I don't like to show. Cause eyes real, a man like to steal, so I don't watch face and I mind my own. But it's a minor though, I flex really, I ain't that type of bloke. I like getting paid over the limelight still, man, no I ain't in a them type of show. This ain't new to me, matter of fact, man, started a while ago. I just wanna live a life where the choice I have to spend my time is mine and mine alone. Blood, you best try to know, I wanna yard work and spend my time alone. We ain't gonna get there overnight, but in the meantime, there's still some time to go. Take the war, left the war, take the war, left the war, take the war, left the war. My you take my phone. This ain't new to me. This ain't new to me. This ain't new to me.
Back into the server for the second half. It's a lead for the Canids, which would normally, on this map of all maps, be making them look like heavy, heavy favorites. But as we've seen with these two teams, all of the struggles have come on the attack. All of the struggles have come on the T sides, and we'll see if that holds true here as the Red Canids try and put this series to rest. Potty up by the doors. Potty, at least dealing a whole lot of damage, getting himself a kill as well, but Venom Zera will bring back the Fangs. Well, he will be checked. He found another dink as well. Bomb will be planted. Nothing that can be done about this. Coldzera's positioning towards mid. Going to be tough to get past as well for Kylar. Though, if he gives it up, that makes it easier.
That's one way to get past it. And Cole looking for further aggression. Glaive is just tucked underneath it. It's still forward-facing, though, for both Cold and David in this clutch. In this 3v3, Flashman goes in to avoid. David has to turn away, and Kylar capitalizes off the back of it. Now Cold only good for one. It puts all the pressure on the Henny. Looking to make it 21 and 22. But it can't come through. It's going to be Kylar closing out the clutch, taking it away for ENCE.
4 kills for Kylar, delivering a much-needed pistol round victory. Strong on the USP. And keeping it calm, cool, and collected.
I think he had 0 kills within like the first maybe 8 or 9 rounds.
He took the timeout, gave them and himself a pep talk.
And then they got 2 rounds off the back of that, both with very crucial Kylar 2Ks. Got him up to 4, and now a 4K in the pistol. He has, he's come online. He's turned up.
You love it. Glaive. Ooh, this jiggle is dangerous. I don't think he knows Coldzera's going past him.
No, he does not.
Timing here has been a little unfortunate. Oh, now he saw. Coldzera was really trying to just uppercut him. Not wanting the damage, wanting the headshot, and maybe missing that opportunity. Still pressure on towards the B site. Everybody's here for ENCE. It's a full-on defense. Goofy strikes for the first. Very awkward for Nython. Well, they will get that kill. That's now the bomb stuck at Glyph. This is not where you want it to stay. Venom Zera will try and open back up the door, but they do need to cross Henny. And they've done so. There's no flank on. Everyone's going to Temple or CT. Nades a little late, but it does collect. Still bomb ticking. Honey's done his job. It's up to his teammates to try and hold this. To try and close. Davideus and Venom Zera, good for it, and Venom Zera will find the last. The retake unsuccessful. The Canids on the force.
They got an op taken away from them for their reward as well. Pottybot into an op. I believe Kyler probably invested into it for him. But still, the sight hold, even with the big man advantage, even with the goofy early defense, is not successful. And again, I always highlight this, but if you're going through Temple and CT is your only retake potential, it's going to be pretty difficult to crack through the crossfire. It's not easy to break apart those positions, and we see it once again. It's space that you almost can't afford to concede without those flanks formulating, and they were missing those crucial pieces here. Venom Zera, flash, tit for tat, trading out these positions. Venom Zera will tuck. He's not giving them the fight that they would dream of, a close-range MP9 duel. Instead, it's Cold Zera that keeps his distance. And some discipline put on display for Red Canids.
And knowing that that op's on the other side, you're not going to be looking to take any long-range engagement. Not being interested in extending any of those sight lines. This is an interesting duel between Nython and Goofy.
Oh,
Nython making noise on it. They know he's here.
Oh, they got a teammate though. Coverage just in time from David. That is perfect. Not left on an island here. Not left alone. Has David to back him up. And it is Glaive. Left with his hands in his pockets.
Call him Davideus, and that might have been a little divine intervention.
A little guardian angel.
Perfect timing on it. For Glaive, it's just about trying to scrape up a gun somewhere. Like off the bottom of a desk. But this will make it a little bit sticky. Yeah, what they said.
Nice. Good stuff. Thank you, David, I think is what Nython was saying there.
You saved my ass.
I mean, I saw like the smiles come through from David. So he's like, I got you. I got you. I ain't gonna let you fall.
Captain, my captain.
Captain, my captain.
Oh, USPs, my USPs for ENCE.
Oosp.
I suspect this may not be the greatest of rounds for them. If that molly comes out, oh my goodness. Oh, the utility ticks. The damage. They have to... How does it not spread? Huh? What? What? Uh-oh.
Did he buy his T-side molly from the CT side molly store?
Apparently. He got one of those duds. They packed a CT molly in the bottle.
That's how they save on the money right there. Cheeky. And Venom Zera trying to play in that same position. He gets sacrificed for the cause.
Is, of course, this, you know, just as. All right. That one gun.
And he out with the op. Yeah, I think that's pretty key.
Yeah, let's not be losing the AWP.
Let's make sure we hold on to that. Yeah.
Be settling down. Bomb going to be planted. You got a pretty good read on where players are at this point. At this juncture in time. Nython will go hunting because Mac 10, why not? Well, he's kind of tagged up, so maybe not. Davideus. Okay, we don't... I know you'd like to take that gun away from them.
I love ecos.
But at some point, maybe you just say, all right, we got a little bit on that A main explode. Maybe a slightly misplaced molly, maybe $1 on the spreadsheet. I think every team should deploy that now. I really like that idea.
I think they need to make it more than $1.
It depends on, you know, okay, look,
smokes
if we're talking
much.
like phase salaries, make it like $1,000. But, you know, maybe not for some of these other teams.
Oh my gosh. I mean, fair enough.
I'm looking at the cars they're buying. I know what they're rocking with.
Yeah, that's actually not super crazy, I feel like. It's also, you know, your phase clan. You don't miss the smoke, right?
But, you know, if you're a team on the come up, you're a team on the grind.
$5 at least. We're not buying lunch with $1 of missed smoke. I'm just saying that. What are we saving up for years and years? Like
maybe you're in Brazil. I don't know what the cost of living is.
I mean, it's
haven't been
still.
Brazilian fans, get in the chat.
With, like,
with $1 of smoke, could they buy lunch when they're back in Brazil?
I mean, if you get like Stewie fresh off the break of like a huge competitive break, yeah, he's going to be missing some smokes. You know, maybe he owes a couple dollars, but these guys playing the game every day. How many smokes are we missing?
Jump throw.
Yeah,
Took away the jump throw.
I guess they did.
We actually haven't seen that many. Like, there's been occasional.
No, we haven't. I think people have gotten over it.
It hasn't been atrocious. It's not hard to just do it.
The smoke missed because the HE blew it open.
That is an interesting extension of that concept. That's a Mr. Fantastic kind of stretch.
So we're calling some Young.
Ooh.
Mr. Fantastic on the opening duel, and that's a huge presence to take down. Honestly, if Hitty's out of the server, the sigh of relief has come through, and now you've got the next prong. You've got David down. 2 key opening presents that we highlighted. They're both out. Taken care of. So now all you got to do is close the round. How's Nithon's op? We've seen it before.
Yeah. He said, oh, thank goodness, I finally get to op.
Am I back?
He might be back.
Am I back?
He is not back. He is not back. His back shot. Coldzera alone against the world, just the way he likes it. But only 25 seconds for this. They're giving him nothing. No fights, no peaks. Okay, that's why you don't give him any fights or peaks.
Pick up the op.
Illustrates that nicely.
We've seen Coldzera op before.
We have. I don't know if he can jump in this one, but Glaive will make sure he doesn't have a chance.
That's a solid, healthy round coming on through. HE opened the smoke, opening kill. A lot of targets for David to deal with as well. And handling business for ENCE. And around like that, when they get those weapons out, we're going to get these early timeouts because I think they know here. Look at this, Coldzera getting incredibly vocal right now.
Look, I think the problem for David is he just keeps seeing the beautiful water on this map and craving his old life as a diver. He yearns to return to the ocean, to the waves.
Understandable. That clear blue water, as soon as you step into it, he's just entranced. Enchanted by the
keeps looking
call of the Kraken.
Looking at his loadout going, where's the spear gun?
I need some more oxygen bubbles.
It's the next gun to be added to the game, Valve. Come on, give us a spear gun.
Oh, man.
How lovely.
So nice.
I just want to go sailing, man.
That looks so nice.
Every day's a good day out on the water.
I'd like to go swimming. I don't know about no sailing.
It's not about the boats, folks. It's not about the boats.
It's about the headshots through smokes.
Nithon is about those. Potty's getting aggressive. Oh, altitude questions here. Molotov comes in. I don't know. Did he see the tip of a barrel? What happened there? They saw something.
That was just so perfectly timed. You'd have to imagine that was the case, but it could just be part of the protocol. Keep him at bay. Opening pick, a chance for things to turn around as well for ENCE. Shut down by a Molotov, and now we're gearing up. We've thrown a little bit of B presence here out of the gates, and it's forced a bit of a gamble. We're getting aggressive in this round. A bit of control being taken back towards middle for Kylar, who's cleared it out. Smokes towards E-Box, and at the very least, a party op preparing himself for what is to come. Going to test the execution power here. How good is the utility of Red Canids to get past this op?
Can Potty have a party? They've gotten their invitations. They're ready on the site. A flash, nade rather, to pop the smoke. Ineffective there. He only takes damage for it, and at this point, ENCE might be pulling the plug. It's their Potty, and they'll cry if they want to. But it might just be tears that are all they take out of this round.
Tears that fill that canal on up. That's how they got there. Just the tears of every CT side team that tries to take control.
Tears of a glaive. Big old Danish legend tears.
Yeah.
Could have crocodile tears, you know? There's crocodiles in the Nile.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
We have chickens. Give us crocodiles. What if you had an interaction? So the chicken's on this map.
You?
There's just no. There's just a crocodile somewhere in the canal, and if a chicken and the crocodile intersect, chomp.
Who's chomping who?
The crocodile.
The chicken's good.
Chicken just devours the crocodile. Distends its just massive maw opens from the beak and just.
That would be the sound that a chicken would make when he.
Oh, crocodile.
Whoa.
Oh, where'd the water go? Where did it go, Cole?
The immersion. It broke the immersion. We had to cut away quickly.
When being immersed in the water broke the immersion?
Yes.
Ironic.
We had to cut away. Change the channel. But if you read Canids, you want to stay right where you are. Ooh. We got the Zerk boost.
Oh boy.
David.
Delorded.
David Delorded. Potty. Looking to avoid any potty breaks on this Anubis.
Yeah, we'll try and keep it away from 70 rounds.
Yes.
What was it 64 rounds?
I can't remember what we called it.
Something like that. So just remember, guys, if you can get this to 64 rounds, you'll be allowed to pee.
Came through just in time. I was holding it in.
We were all starting to feel it.
Yeah.
We're certainly talking about
the players. I would never complain.
Amadeus might have a full bladder, but he's got an empty magazine because he's put all the bullets into Potty and Glaive.
The close range, yeah.
There it is.
You saw Kylar run away because the op shot at him, but he didn't catch Venom Zera close by, so Venom Zera gets a free kill, and Sum Young more weight on his shoulders. Can he hold strong? It's a Venom Zera headshot that's going to put this one down, and Goofy going to look to save the round, but
he can't. There's no way he can justify it, right? It's going to be map point, series point on for Red Canids. They've got no real cash on the ENCE side. It's a full disaster.
Nightmare.
He's out of position, out of time, out of chances. We've been waiting for one of these T sides to carry us over. We weren't sure it was going to happen here, but the Canids, man, they're showing more. They're showing strength. The players are hitting. Davideus in particular seems to be taking over on this second half. It was Henny who gave them everything in the first.
Yeah.
20 kills to his name.
That's great CT side from him.
But now he says, all right, young bucks, I've done my work.
I got mine.
I got mine.
And then some.
Yeah. I got yours too.
Yeah.
Now it's your turn.
Everyone off the back of Henny in that first half. And now it is these key players to step up to the plate. Venom Zera again kind of taking in that role of pressuring that A side this time around. And nasty openers. They boost to try and take that off and give them some early positioning, but look at these headshots coming through for Venom Zera. It is instant when it had to be. He finds himself in a good position. He works off the back of a Henny AWP to find these opening duels, and Red Canids working their way through a T side now to close. There is five opportunities to lock this one in, and this one going to be your easiest. Scout purchased for Potty. Sum Young yet to buy. He gets the Gator. We will get it. The Gator is out on Anubis.
Crocodile maybe in this map.
Either way, it's going to chomp.
Through a chicken, through a player, through some cash money. You know how to tell a crocodile and an alligator apart?
Something to do with their noses, right?
Yes, there is that. Alligators have thinner snouts than crocodiles, but also teeth. Okay, hold on. We'll focus in on this round because Goofy's got an opener, but Henny activated with that AWP. Checks Glaive. The aggression silenced. Potty's looking for a fight, but there's going to be a big green on the other side that I don't know he wants to go toe-to-toe with.
I mean, hey, you got the scout and you got the opera down low.
Straight to the
kind of an even fight. But not an even fight up against the auto shotty. Sum Young can't afford to give that one up.
Oh, Kylar.
Wow.
No idea. You had no idea. Venom Zera caught slipping. The off might be down. The trade is there, but Kylar has done his damage. And now one more on the line. Goofy into the breach behind him. These jaws from ENCE, they've still got some chump and power here. And it falls to Davideus. With his position now having been spotted, a smoke up in his face, they will just try and deny him any room to rumble. There's a path here to a bomb plant. Money's not the concern for the Red Canids, but a round still is, and we know the potency in this guy's rifle. It's easier if you shoot him in the back, though, and never give him the chance. ENCE will get a go of this.
So, I mean,
get a buy.
Goofy's the jaws of life for this ENCE squad.
Ooh.
Going through. It's a big impact. And again, Kyler feeling some of that impact as well. As I highlighted, I mean, that was the easiest chance for Red Canids to close. Now they got to do it up against some A1Ss. They still got some young on the auto shotgun, but the weaponry that's been fielded a lot stronger than the MP9s that they were holding on to just one round prior.
They're going fast. They're going fast. They're trying to catch them off guard. They've got the same main control. Smoke comes out, but do they just go through it? No. It's pulled a rotation, though, from ENCE. 3 players shifting in towards this site, though Plotty's still got an idea that mid might be under threat. And now with this foothold, with pressure applied, the Canids can work elsewhere. You got Ninthon working his way through towards mid. Now no one ready to receive him. This was the setup initially. Instead, there's no one here. SDY into the fray. Oh my God. Connects. The crocodile chomps.
That is that A-lurk, though. They're getting very lackadaisical now that Venom Zera's taken down because Cold Zera stands right alongside him in a lineup. Has caused disaster here for ENCE. They're going to charge forward into Sum Dayung, who only has the auto shotgun, and he's going to look to take these long-range duels. He's going to look to concede space because that's the only option you have left.
Retake required. He was even spotted up in towards heaven, so if there was any doubt, they know there's presence here. Glaive will be the tip of the spear, but Henny getting into a post-plant scenario with that AWP. There's the tag up, and the frag up may just soon follow. Davideus puts himself on the line. 1 for 1 off of him, but advantage still for the Red Canids. SDY picking up a rifle. Now he can get into the breach. Goofy looking to find these kills. Time is of the essence. Goofy's got the kit. He's going to be the man on the defuse, but he will be the man dropped down to dirt. All onto SDY. Kit retrieve, but no time to spare. No life. Too many targets to find, and this one is over. This one is going the way of the Red Canids. You can get every kill you like, SDY. It's not going to change a thing.
Not going to matter in the end. Red Canids close out a big victory, knocking ENCE down to that last chance bracket. A complete reversal of what we saw yesterday as well, or 2 days ago rather, versus VP. The amount of opening presence that Henny had